It may be hard for us to understand today, but the introduction of the Model A was a sensational moment in time, with people around the world trying to get their hands on the new Ford, and celebrities were no exception. Whether they wanted a new Model A for themselves or if they really just wanted some media attention that they figured would come with their interest, many famous faces shared the spotlight with Henry's lady. Will Rogers was no stranger to Ford and publicity. In 1923, he gave a tongue-in-cheek speech nominating Henry Ford for president. In early November 1927, his nationally syndicated newspaper column addressed his disappointment with the impending announcement of the Model A. He was convinced that Henry Ford was going to be giving them away. He ended his article by writing, "I hereby put in my order for the first one that lights in California. I think I will get 2 or 3. On November 14, 1927, Will Rogers was given an opportunity to see the new Model A before it was formally announced. He said this, quote, "Get ready, everybody, he has changed the radiator. I didn't even notice whether it has 4 wheels or 5, 2 doors or 20, whether it uses horses or is pulled by a motor. When I saw that radiator changed, I was so tickled and overcome. I couldn't tell you if the thing has got fenders or wings." In a December 11th column, he stated that during a visit to Ford in Dearborn, he was able to drive the new Ford and, quote, "did everything in it but climb a tree." He is seen here just before Christmas in 1927 with a 2-door displaying California dealer plates. While some celebrities use the Model A as a sort of prop in a publicity photo, others use these cars as part of their daily life. This image shows American author Ernest Hemingway resting on the running board of a sport coupe back in August of 1928 while enjoying himself at a Wyoming ranch. Shortly after the December 2, 1927 debut of the Model A, Douglas Fairbanks wrote to his longtime friend Edsel Ford about a problem he was having. Christmas was coming, and all that his wife, actress Mary Pickford, wanted was a new Ford Sport Coupe. On Christmas Eve of 1927, they took delivery of this early sport coupe with a motometer. While Mary received the highly sought-after new Ford for Christmas, Fairbanks supposedly found a 35-volume set of bound history books from Pickford underneath the tree that Christmas morning. Jimmie Rodgers is considered to be the father of country music, with hits like "In the Jailhouse Now," "Dreaming with Tears in My Eyes," and "Blues Yodel." He's seen here with a 29 Phaeton that has been dressed up with painted wheels, a motometer, non-Ford cowl lights, and a side-mount spare that includes a cover advertising the Cone Car Company in Kerrville, Texas, which was the Ford dealer for that small town. Dolores Del Rio was a relatively new starlet to Hollywood in early 1928, having just made the move from Mexican films to the United States. Despite her short time in Hollywood, she had become a major star and took the time to show off this new sport coupe. Dolores is seen here with a chauffeur helping her get into the fashionable coupe. The car has been customized, including a monogram on the doors, wind wings, and a Greyhound mascot on the radiator cap. Despite the place of the new Ford in the daily routine of America, many celebrities still use the Model A as a backdrop for a photo op, probably in the hopes of getting some publicity out of the association. Some examples include these images of Louis B. Mayer. Mayer was a Hollywood film studio owner who was part of the merger that created MGM Studios in 1924. He is seen here with a 1928 two-door sedan, with a 1928 California dealer's tag hanging from the headlight bar. Cecil B. DeMille is one of the most successful film directors of all time, having spent nearly 50 years directing some of the biggest movies and talkies in cinema history. He is seen here leaning against a 1928 two-door. Media reports from early 1928 stated that DeMille had secured a Model A for his project that he was filming at the time, titled The Godless Girl, and that it was to be the first appearance of the new Ford in a movie. However, the final cut of the film did not include a Model A. Fred Stone was an accomplished theater actor who was able to make the leap to films during the 1920s. He is seen here with his daughter, Dorothy, who followed in her father's footsteps to a career in theater. They are both seen inspecting this new 1928 sport coupe at an airport runway. In December of 1927 and in January of 1928, there was a rush to be the first person associated with all aspects of the new Ford. Maybe it was the first person to see it, the first person to buy one, the first person to be gifted one, and here is reportedly the first woman to buy the new Ford, Helen Ford. Although no relation to Ford Motor Company, Helen Ford was a stage actress who was sold this sport coupe on December 6, 1927, by the general manager of the Boston area assembly plant, William Francis. Another fashionable thing to do for the rich and famous was to take a tour of Ford's massive assembly plants. In this video, we see screen actor Dorothy Gish, younger sister of Lillian Gish, being given a tour of the Rouge plant in Dearborn. She takes in the action of the assembly line as workers move back and forth and has to be pulled to safety to prevent herself from getting run over by all the action. We later see Gish move outside to pose with a prototype four-door. Later in the day, she would go on a tour of the Ford Trimotor factory before taking a ride in one of Ford's planes. In another example of two groups hoping to capitalize off of each other's notoriety, this video, from the middle of 1928, features the kids from Our Gang, a popular series of shorts for children. The child actors looked to be enjoying themselves while on a tour of a Ford factory, and then got the opportunity to play around in this 1928 Roadster. While many actors were featured in the nearly 20 years of shorts, those appearing in this clip include Joe Cobb, Mary Ann Jackson, Jean Darling, Robert Hutchins, Alan Hoskins, and of course, Pete the Pup. Keeping with the Western theme, here we see rodeo star Bob Crosby as he took some time off to show this 1928 Roadster for the cameras. In true cowboy fashion, the convertible top has been removed, offering no barriers between driver and sky. The car has been dressed up with a dashing Greyhound radiator mascot, as well as a spare tire cover advertising the Harris Motor Car Company, a Ford dealer in Fort Worth, Texas. Another author who took the opportunity to see the new Model A was Irvin Cobb. He was a syndicated columnist and author who had many of his stories made into silent films. He's seen here with this early 28 standard coupe. Whether it was for business or personal reasons, the celebrities of the era all clamored to get their time with a Model A. What came of these cars is anybody's guess. Who knows? Maybe the Model A in your garage has some celebrity history to it. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, keep enjoying all that the Model A hobby has to offer.